Everybody, in today's lecture we are going to study the theorem related to eigenvalues and eigenvector. In that, first theorem is, if A is a n cross n matrix and lambda is a real number, then prove that lambda is an eigenvalue of A if and only if its determinant of lambda I minus A equal to 0. Okay, this we have to prove. We have given that if lambda is eigenvalue of A. Okay, now by definition of eigenvalue we can say that, by definition, if lambda is eigenvalue of A, then there exists a non-zero x in Rn such that Ax is equal to lambda x. It is all about a definition of eigenvalue. Okay, now we have to prove that determinant of lambda I minus A equal to 0. Now we can write here, to prove determinant of lambda I minus A equal to 0. Okay, now we write equation x is equal to lambda x, equation 1 as x is equal to lambda x can be written as Ax is equal to lambda I into x, where I is identity matrix. Okay, I is any identity matrix, or I3 of order n. It is of order n. So it can be, when we have shift toward its Ax shift toward right side, it can be written as minus Ax plus lambda Ix equal to 0, or lambda Ix minus Ax is equal to 0. That is, lambda Ix minus Ax is equal to 0. Okay, now x matrix is common in both, so it can be written as lambda I minus A into x is equal to 0. Write it as equation number 2. Okay, so for Ax is equal to lambda x, we can write it as lambda I minus A into x is equal to 0. For here lambda is eigenvalue of A. For lambda is eigenvalue of A, there must be non-zero solution of equation 2. Okay, so as lambda is eigenvalue of A, for this equation there must be a non-zero solution. That means for it will be non-trivial solution. Okay, so all values of x will be not equal to 0, or will get some values, non-zero values. Now we know that, or we have an theorem from an homogeneous system of linear equation. If A is a n cross n matrix, what is the statement of theorem? If A is a n cross n matrix and x is in Rn, then Ax is equal to 0, which is homogeneous system of linear equation, has non-trivial means some of the values of x are not equal to 0, non-trivial solution if and only if determinant of A is equal to 0. Okay, when determinant of A is 0, then it has non-trivial solution. Okay, now here lambda I minus A into x is equal to 0, which means here our total A, here it is our A from this theorem. So determinant of lambda I minus A will be equal to 0, because there must be a non-zero solution as lambda is eigenvalue. Therefore equation 2 will have non-zero solution if and only if its determinant, which means in this statement A is lambda I minus A, determinant of lambda I minus A equal to 0. Hence, which is proof, that is, hence determinant of lambda I minus A equal to 0, which we have to prove. Now here a statement is if and only if. Now we have to prove that if determinant of lambda I minus a is equal to 0, then lambda is its eigenvalue. Now conversely you have to consider determinant of lambda I minus a equal to 0. Again, by this statement only we can say that if determinant of a is equal to 0, ax is equal to 0, that means lambda I minus a operates on x is equal to 0, which means lambda I minus a operates on x is equal to 0, which means lambda I x minus ax is equal to 0. That means ax is equal to lambda I x, which means lambda x. Lambda I x is equal to lambda x, and ax is equal to lambda x. By definition of eigenvalue, you can say that therefore lambda is eigenvalue of a. Okay, which is our required proof. Okay, it is by definition. X is equal to lambda x means lambda is eigenvalue of a, and x is its corresponding eigenvector. Okay, so this is the proof of our first theorem. Now next theorem is, let lambda is eigenvalue of a and x is corresponding eigenvector, then we have to prove that lambda raised to m is eigenvalue of a raised to m and x is corresponding eigenvector. That means if we have, by definition you can say that ax is equal to lambda x. Okay, then lambda is eigenvalue of a. Now we have to prove that a raised to m of x is equal to lambda raised to m of x, which means that lambda raised to m is eigenvalue of a raised to m. Okay, this we have to prove here. Now for proof, first we consider lambda is eigenvalue of a. Lambda is eigenvalue of a. Therefore determinant of, from above theorem we can write determinant of lambda I minus a is equal to 0. Okay, if lambda is eigenvalue of a, we have determinant of lambda I minus a equal to 0. Now we have to prove, first part, what is prove? Lambda raised to m is eigenvalue of a raised to m. That is, we have to prove determinant of lambda raised to m I minus a raised to m equal to 0. This we have to prove. Now consider, for this we have to consider this lambda raised to m I minus a raised to m. Okay, which is a polynomial of degree m. So lambda raised to m I minus a raised to m can be written as lambda I minus a. It is product of lambda I minus a into, now here it is of degree m, in that we have taken common lambda I minus a, so remaining equation will be order less than m. So it can be written as here lambda raised to m, so it in this here it will be lambda raised to m minus 1 plus, okay, plus lambda raised to m minus 2 into a plus lambda raised to m minus 3 into a square plus so on up to here. We have to go here a raised to m and here it is a, so we have to go to a raised to m minus 1. That times lambda will be raised to 0, okay, which is polynomial of degree m. So it can be written as lambda I minus a into, consider it as a b, where you can write b is equal to lambda raised to m minus 1 plus lambda raised to m minus 2 into a plus lambda raised to m minus 3 into a square plus so on a raised to m minus 1. Okay, which is our b. Now from given, if lambda is eigenvalue of a, lambda determinant of lambda I minus a equal to 0. Now this can be written as determinant of lambda raised to m I minus a is equal to determinant of this both, determinant of lambda I minus a into b. Okay, so it can, by properties of determinant, it can be taken separate determinant also, determinant of lambda I minus a into determinant of b. Okay, now determinant of lambda I minus a from equation as lambda is eigenvalue, we can say determinant of lambda minus a is 0. So here 0 into determinant of b, which is equal to 0. That means determinant of lambda raised to m I minus a raised to m here minus a raised to m equal to 0. That means lambda raised to m is eigenvalue of a raised to m. Okay, this is our first part. We have proved that it is eigenvalue, lambda raised to m is eigenvalue of a raised to m. Now in second part we have to prove x is its corresponding eigenvector. Now further, if x is eigenvector of a corresponding to lambda, then we can say that ax is equal to lambda x. Okay, by first part is x is eigenvector of a corresponding to lambda, it can be written as ax is equal to lambda x. Now pre-multiply by a, that means a into ax is equal to a into lambda x. Okay, so it can be written as a square x, a into a is a square x is equal to, here lambda is a scalar term, so it can be written as lambda into x, but ax is equal to lambda x, so lambda into lambda x, since ax is equal to lambda x. Okay, so here it is lambda square x, for a square x is equal to lambda square x. Again pre-multiply by a, so it can be written as a into a square x is equal to a into lambda square x. Okay, so left side will be a into a square is a cube x is equal to a lambda square into ax, because square again it is scalar term, so it can be written as lambda square into ax. Now again ax is equal to lambda x, so it can be written as lambda square into lambda x, which is equal to lambda cube x. Lambda square into lambda is lambda cube into x, which gives a cube x is equal to lambda cube x. And continuing in this way, we can write, we get a raised to n x or a raised to m x. We have to prove a raised to m x is equal to lambda raised to m x. Okay, which means lambda raised to m is eigenvalue of a raised to m corresponding to eigenvector x, or x is eigenvector corresponding to a raised to m. Okay, this is our required proof. Okay, now consider a question. Let A is equal to 1 minus 2 0 3 matrix of order 2. Find the eigenvalue of a matrix A raised to 4 and A raised to 1 by 4. Okay, for this we have to first find the value of eigenvalues of A. Now eigenvalue of A, to find eigenvalue, here if you see that it is a matrix, it is triangular matrix. Okay, diagonal below entries all are 0. For triangular matrix, diagonal elements are its eigenvalue. So, or you can find it again also, lambda I minus a is equal to, here lambda I minus a, which lambda 0 0 lambda, and minus matrix A is 1 minus 2 0 3. So here it can be written as lambda minus 1, 0 minus 2 is 0, minus of minus 2 is plus 2, 0 minus 0 is 0, lambda minus 3 is lambda minus 3. Okay, now determinant of lambda I minus a is equal to mod of lambda minus 1 to 0 lambda minus 3. Okay, so we have a cross product of lambda minus 1 into lambda minus 3 equal to 0, because 2 into 0 is 0. So we get lambda is equal to 1 and lambda is equal to 3, okay, which are our diagonal entries. So you can do directly, or you can find directly eigenvalues when it is triangular matrix, or lower triangular or upper triangular. You can write directly eigenvalues as its diagonal element. So lambda is equal to 1 and 3 are its eigenvalue. Now we have to find the eigenvalues of a raised to 4. That means for eigenvalue of a raised to 4 implies lambda raised to 4 is equal to 1 raised to 4, which implies lambda raised to 4 is equal to 1, and lambda raised to 4 is equal to 3 raised to 4, which implies lambda raised to 4 is equal to 3 raised to 4, or you do the further calculation, which is 3, 9, 81, which is 81, or you can write only 3 raised to 4 also, okay. Similarly, a raised to 1 raised to 4, eigenvalue of a raised to 1 upon 4 can be written as lambda raised to 1 upon 4, which is equal to 1 raised to 1 by 4, and its value is 1. Lambda raised to 1 by 4 is equal to 1, and lambda raised to 4 is equal to 3 raised to 1 by 4, okay. These are eigenvalue corresponding to a raised to 1 by 4, okay. If you consider the next example as, I again take a triangular matrix of order 3. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 0, minus 1, 0 and 0, 0, 3, okay. So here lambda is equal to, eigenvalues will be its diagonal entries 1, minus 1 and 3, and if you have to find a raised to 6 or a raised to 7, eigenvalues of a raised to 7, eigenvalues of a raised to 7 implies lambda raised to 7, we have to take 7th power of all, which is 1 raised to 7, comma minus 1 raised to 7, comma 3 raised to 7, okay. These are eigenvalues of a raised to 7, okay. Or we have to find a raised to 9, which will give lambda raised to 9 is equal to 1 raised to 9, comma minus 1 raised to 9, comma 3 raised to 9, okay. These will be your eigenvalues of a raised to 9, okay. So this type of examples are required, very as important for your exam purpose also. So for today we will stop here. In today's lecture we have studied 2 theorems which are important part of eigenvalue and eigenvector, and on that theorems we have studied some examples also, okay. Thank you.